Well, welcome to another episode of Break Away from the Rat Race. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with Ashley Kincaid. Ashley is a private label expert, the mastermind behind thousands of third-party products sold on Amazon today. Ashley has inspired countless people and entrepreneurs around the world with her skills and strategies to build full-time online empires from the ground up. She's the founder of Private Label Mastery, host of a top-ranked Amazon FBA podcast, and author of $1 Million E-comm Secrets: How I Went from an Unfulfilling Corporate Job to a High-Income and Extraordinary Life on My Laptop. So there's no other woman currently in the industry who's worked with more than 6, 7, and 8-figure Amazon seller than Ashley Kincaid, and we're very happy to have you, Ashley. And if you're staying until the end of the show, Ashley has some very special offer for our listener. So make sure you listen all the way to the end. So Ashley, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Eric. I appreciate the introduction.
So this is great. A lot of people have heard about Amazon FBA, and I think a lot of people are shying away from that. They say, I don't have a product. I don't know what to do with that. I know that I can have things done on Alibaba in China, but then I have to buy 100,000 widgets, and what if they don't sell? All that. I'm going to hit you with all these questions right up front. So started from the beginning, like what do people need to know about Amazon FBA, and then how they can build their business online?
Sure. Well, thanks so much, Eric, for the introduction. I love to share the good news of e-commerce and what we're doing on Amazon.com. So if you're out there and you're just wondering, Ashley, Eric, how do I get started breaking away from the rat race? I did it in 2015, made a few $1 million on Amazon, and allowed me to leave my day job. So I really love to share that journey. It's all through Amazon, thanks to selling on Amazon. And today, 8 years later, still doing it, and never could have thought, we'd have tens of thousands of products on Amazon. So if you're out there probably just listening and wondering, how do I even get started with this? My advice would be to just get started, set up with an Amazon seller account and do the hard work in the beginning of selecting a product that has going to be a good product for you to sell on Amazon. It's a little bit competitive. It is definitely competitive in the marketplace today, but there's still so much opportunity, Eric, for people that haven't done this, and even you can be a complete newbie to sell a product on Amazon. We're launching 5 to 10 products a day just on Amazon, and we don't usually source from Alibaba. Just a side note on that.
Oh, okay. So big question here. I mean, first of all, I like the fact that if you want to know how to get started, just get started. So taking action is often kind of like the first thing. But also, what do you mean by selecting how do I select a good product? I mean, I'm not a product guy. I don't have a product that I've created or anything like that. How do I select a good product to sell on Amazon?
Well, we call with our photon method, just a really simple way to break it down. The first F is follow the demand. So it's really simple. You want to make sure that you're selling a product that's already selling on Amazon. There's no need to go out and get a patent or find something completely new. So literally, if you're out there today, you can go on Amazon, look at the list of 100 best-selling products. There's a lot of gold there. So you want to sell a product that you can see is already selling on Amazon, has some market opportunity, but isn't too competitive or too saturated. So roughly, it should be about, in the 100,000 bestsellers on Amazon and selling at least 5 to 10 sales a day. So you want to sell a product that's already out there, already has some proof. No need to go out and invent something. We don't do that at our company. We simply sell products that are already selling, and we differentiate them just a little bit. So if you read my book, you're going to get a free copy for watching the show. I talk specifically about how I differentiate my products on Amazon. Just a slight change. That's it. That's all you have to do on Amazon in 2023 is take a product that's already selling, slightly change it, and you can build a gold mine, really.
Okay, so what would be an example of that? Would be like a baseball cap or something like that? Is that a good example? They sell quite a bit, or?
Sure. There are so many examples. My example in my book is bath bombs. I've always been a big seller of soap and bath products on Amazon. So simply a different color, a different ingredient list, a different size. For example, if you see 8-ounce bath bombs on Amazon, I started selling extra large bath bombs on Amazon that were 16 ounces.
Okay.
So it's a slight change.
Okay, so follow the demand, do a small tweak to make it your own. So that's the F. O, what is O?
O is only the best product. So you want to make sure, like I just said, it's under 100,000 bestsellers rank. You can find products up to 1 million rank on Amazon. So you want to stick in a product that's pretty proven category, has enough demand on Amazon. That's what we mean by only the best product. So it's better to have 1 or 2 really good products than to try, 10 or 15 different products.
Yeah. Okay. And then the T.
T is tap.
We're going to go through the whole thing here.
Letter by letter. Tap into secret suppliers. So I told you earlier, Eric, we don't really use Alibaba. So we work with sourcing agents.
Okay.
So they make things a lot easier for people out there. I highly recommend if you're out there wanting to sell on Amazon to use a sourcing agent. You don't have to use ours, but going on Alibaba is just really intimidating to try to negotiate with Chinese suppliers and things like that. So sourcing agents is a good way to do it.
Okay, so we would do a bath bomb. So I see a bath bomb on Amazon, and I want to, it's kind of like small, and I want to make a big bath bomb with some glitter in it. I don't know, that's just the thing. But how do I find the source? Like, how do I find that sourcing agent that's going to help me find the best bath bombs out there?
Well, the sourcing agents we work with are called Jing Sourcing and Maple Sourcing, based out of China. You're welcome to reach out to them, work with them. There's probably 50 different sourcing agencies out there, but you can just Google sourcing agent for Amazon sellers.
Okay.
Working with Jing, we have 9 or 10 full-time agents over there. So it's pretty easy to find an agent. The hard part is finding a product through that agent. You might have to go through a couple of different products to find a good one.
So they tend to specialize in some kind of, someone is like clothing, another one would be more like food product, and maybe another one is more like health and beauty kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Sourcing agents will have relationships with certain categories. So once you find an agent that understands your category or niche, it definitely gets a little easier.
Okay. So we have that sourcing agent. What's the second O?
O is outsource. So that's where you can outsource to a sourcing agent. We don't spend a lot of time like going out and doing every step of the Amazon business. So we actually have our own process, how we launch products on Amazon. We don't actually, we're not the ones taping a box shut, Eric, or like actually putting a box and sending to Amazon. So we're big believers in outsourcing. And most of our time as like 7-figure sellers is spent on the front end, product sourcing and working with the sourcing agent.
Okay, and then the N finally.
N is nurture and scale. I think a lot of people, think success comes overnight, or you can, get successful overnight with Amazon. It takes 60 to 90 days for us to give a product traction on Amazon to get it to start converting and selling. So you want to nurture a product, give it a couple months to really get some legs on Amazon. You want to nurture your product, and then you can scale it.
Okay. So you have your agent, your sourcing agent, and that sourcing agent said, okay, I have 2 or 3 suppliers for bath bombs. And then, so that's when you would start engaging, or you would start engaging through the sourcing agent about what size bath bomb you want to have.
Yes, you'd be working with the sourcing agent. I want a 16-ounce bath bomb, or I want a 20-ounce bath bomb, and they would be able to make that custom for you.
Okay. And then, and then they would help with the order, all of that, and have all of that shipped into Amazon warehouse and all that kind of stuff.
Typically a sourcing agent isn't going to take it all the way to being sourced to Amazon. There's some different options. We recommend a company like SKU Drop that's going to hold your products until so they'll basically be a holding facility, because you don't want to ship everything to Amazon. A lot of times you just want to ship about 30 days of inventory at a time.
Okay.
So you'll probably need some kind of either storing it at your house or your garage or SKU Drop, and then you'll ship about 30 days of inventory into Amazon.
Okay. So that's pretty good. So what happens next?
What happens next? Well, that's when you really just get to decide what the business looks like for you, Eric. We know some people who are really happy to have one product on Amazon and make a few $1,000s a month. Some people do it as a side hustle. That's great. I think a lot of people do it as a side hustle these days, or you can build it to, a 7 or 8 figure company like we see a lot too. So it really just depends how much time and commitment you want to put into Amazon.
Yeah, because I like your nurture and scale, right? I mean, that's kind of like what I like about the bath bomb, I'm not in the business, but is that I'm assuming it's repeatable. Once you've used it, you probably, if you like the product, you want to do it again. You want to buy more, you want to give it as gift and all that kind of stuff. So So I like that. It's a kind of like a repeatable product. And once you nurture your customers, then they want to buy again. Is that right? Is that something that?
Absolutely. And I'm a big advocate of selling replenishables on Amazon. A replenishable is something that you just said that sells more than once. So that's really the gold mine on Amazon. We love to, encourage people to get into categories like grocery, skincare, cosmetics. They really allow people to, that's how you can really build a lot of repeat business.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. And how do you build the brand around that?
Good question. That's really great. We always encourage people to think about building a brand. So typically what we see is someone will start with one product, do well with it, get some success, and then start thinking about complementary products. So for example, a bath bomb is really easy to think about, okay, well, I'm just going to move into different scents or different sizes or different categories. I went from kids' bath bombs to men's bath bombs to women's bath bombs. That's how I kind of built my brand. You start to think about what are some accessories for this product? What are some complementary products or pieces that someone could use with this product? Once you have 2 to 5 products like that, that's a brand. Okay.
And then that's when you would start kind of like doing a logo or your Amazon store kind of thing.
Yeah, some people will start up front, start with the logo. It's not required to be an Amazon seller. I don't think I had a logo for quite a while until I had a brand on Amazon. It's not required to have a logo, but you need one to get brand registry on Amazon, which is really key and critical. So first step, get the product on Amazon, test it, make sure it's something that's good. And then you're going to start working towards logos, trademarks, brand registry. All that takes some time, but that's the long-term play.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing too so tell us about kind of like your story and why did you get started? So you were bored with your corporate job, but still going and starting on Amazon is not that obvious. I mean, so what kind of like pushed you to do something on Amazon?
Sure. Well, I started selling on Amazon in 2015, and I started looking for ways to make money online. And back then, Amazon was like a gold rush. Anyone could set up an Amazon account and launch a product really quickly. And it still is like that in a way, but it's a bit more difficult today. You need a bit more guidance and you need to be a bit more committed. So I started off selling books, used products, retail arbitrage products, the tune of 7 figures, built a pretty big team, and eventually landed into private label products. That's where I really grew my business to the millions of dollars marks on Amazon. So it took years to get there, but I really love to just teach everyday people how to use Amazon as a platform. One spoke of your e-commerce wheel. It doesn't have to be the only spoke. But it's still today in 2023, in my opinion, the best place for an everyday person who maybe isn't a consultant like me or a coach to start making money online.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of, bath bomb or these kinds of products or grocery product. I'm a foodie, so I like kind of like different food items. So I would like to work with an agent, like a sourcing agent, to find like things that I'm interested in and start selling on Amazon. And, so that'd be kind of interesting to do that. Also, there's some other products, I guess, that you may not know. You kind of like the idea, but you don't like exactly how they're performing, or that like you bought a product. Sometimes there's products I get and my family laughs at me, but I'm always modifying the products that I buy. And they're like, why are you modifying? Because it's not working exactly right. There's something going on here, and I don't like it exactly like that. So is this something that could be, I guess it's something that could be done. I could work with a sourcing agent, find the supplier or manufacturer and say, can you do this product, but do this particular modification or something like that?
Absolutely. You just want to do a little bit of a check and make sure it's not patented. But that's totally how Amazon sellers are supposed to think and entrepreneurs are supposed to think. Or maybe you go on Amazon and have a problem. I do that all the time, and I search for a product and like nothing's good, or like nothing really comes up that I think is actually going to fix my issue or problem. That's a private label product opportunity on Amazon. There's literally thousands of those rabbit holes. You can go down Amazon, but sure, if you buy a product on Amazon and you're not happy with it, or you open it up and you're like, this could be better, the packaging's not good. That's an opportunity to improve it, differentiate it, make it better.
Okay, sounds good. And you also have like a method around the private labeling. So tell us about what private labeling is, and then kind of how you people that want to get started on Amazon can use private labeling.
Sure. Well, we have a method, we call it 3x2 method. And essentially it's pretty simple. If you're out there and you're just wanting to get started on Amazon, we recommend starting with about 3 different products and then moving forward with 2 winners. So you want to think of yourself as an Amazon seller as always, having your hand in a couple different cookie jars if you can. So we are always launching new products, always researching and testing new products to sell on Amazon. So a good figure to think about is eventually to have a brand of 3 to 5 products, SKUs. And then starting with 3, and then at the end of the 30-day launch period, you want each product to be selling at least 5 units a day and converting 10 to 15%. Up to 20% is really good. So that means 20% of people who click your product on Amazon buy it. Pretty simple. They open your listing and they buy it. That's a good selling product. And eventually you want to get to, like I said, a brand of about 5 products, each generating at least $5,000 a month in revenue. So 3x2 method is a simple way to think about, building your brand, launching multiple products and growing the business to where you want to get it to.
Okay. And then the products that are not selling so well, you just drop them and you kind of continue to introduce new products. Is that how that works?
Yeah, we do. Every Amazon seller has a story of a product that was a dud or didn't work out. We try to cut our losses pretty quickly. We'll give a product about 30 days. We want to see it, again, converting at least 10 to 15%, return on ad spend at least 3 to 4x, meaning if we spend $1 in PPC, we're making at least $3 to $5 in revenue.
Okay.
If we can't get it there in about 30 days, we'll move on.
Okay. And then you also have, like, as an entrepreneur on Amazon, do you have to do your ad outside of Amazon, or is just like promotion within Amazon? How do you do that?
We mostly do PPC, which is on Amazon pay-per-click. We start really small. You can make sales on Amazon with like $10 a day spent on pay-per-click. So I would say of our tens of thousands of products, almost 80 to 90% of them are fully purchased through PPC on Amazon. Very little outside traffic.
Okay.
Amazon loves outside traffic. You can do it, but PPC is really, really key.
Yeah, a friend of mine was doing Amazon product FBA, and I think they were doing a lot of ads outside, like Facebook ad and Google ads and stuff like that.
That's really pretty advanced. I would recommend someone out there not do that until you're bringing in at least like $10,000 a month in revenue through PPC.
Okay, well, that sounds good. So I think your company is also helping, right? You're helping other individuals that want to get started. Obviously, they can go and get your book and then kind of get started with that and then figure out, is this something really that I want to get involved with?
Sure.
How much effort is needed for doing something like this?
I'll be honest, it's more effort than probably a lot of your listeners think. Sometimes we have people come into this and think they can just put a few hours a week and build a 6-figure brand. It doesn't really work like that. So it's pretty significant time commitment. Ideally, someone has like almost full time to really work on this, but it's not necessary at all. So, you're going to have to put in like 10 or 15 hours a week into product research, using our tools, sourcing, going through our course materials and things like that. So on the front end, it's a lot more time. But then once you have it set up like this business, it's just a maintenance thing. Okay.
Well, so that's just an honest answer. So it's not like easy. You just get the product, phone some guy in China to a sourcing agent to give me some bath bombs, and here they appear on my Amazon store, and I make $5,000 a month on that. So that's good. So you have to put some effort. You have to really look at the products, and you have some tools to help people do that. And then once they select the product and get that SKU in Amazon, they still have to do some work and get things going and nurturing their clients.
It's mostly just restocking, making sure you're price competitive, doing a bit of competitive research. So once it's actually up and going, you're looking at about 5 to 10 hours a week to maintain it.
Yeah. So I want to show you something, because we've done this something like this before. So one of the products that we like wine. So we had the wine. So sometimes you go and travel and stuff like that. You don't want the wine bottle to break. So we created we don't have this on Amazon anymore. But we created like wine tucks, which is like an envelope that has like a bubble wrap and stuff like that, and it's sealed. So even if it breaks.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and the way we did it, I mean, we didn't have a method. That's part of our problem. It didn't. This product didn't work very well, so we called it wine tux, and it looks like a little tuxedo. And yeah, we didn't have like a method. We kind of like look at things that were working on Amazon, And then we found Alibaba, some supplier on Alibaba, and they said, okay, well, we want you to design it like this, like a tuxedo and all of that. And then we bought like, I don't know, 10,000 of those things.
Oh,
And
wow.
maybe it was 1,000. Yeah, it was a lot. And then we had, so we had them on Amazon, and it was, yeah, they were selling okay. They were not selling that great, but they were selling okay. But it was like, we had to constantly monitor our competition, what they were doing, adjusting the prices, monitoring the sales. Like the sales would go very well, and then all of a sudden it was just like, okay, they would stabilize or they would drop, and say, okay, what's going on? Then we would look at our competitors and say, hey, what's going on? And then we noticed that our competitors dropped their price just below our prices, and it's like, so we kind of played that game for a little bit. But so that was kind of that was an interesting experiment. I mean, I really like that. It was, yeah, I mean, it was, you definitely had to monitor and manage your store and your product. We didn't have to deal with the product at all. Amazon took care of all the product, shipping, all of that. So that was great from that perspective. What I had to do is manage the store and stuff. So I enjoyed that. I thought it was a fun project to do.
Wine is a great category on Amazon. It's can't go wrong with wine products for sure, but we don't want to buy 5,000 at one time. So.
Yeah, and then the other one I had also a sauce business, and that sauce business we were selling in stores, and then we decided to sell on Amazon FBA, but then that didn't work as well because it was like glass bottles, and the shipping cost was too expensive. So we kind of pulled that out, but. Yeah, so that was these were a great experiment, and I wish that I had like more of a method like what you're describing with the photon method and the tools to really kind of like be systematic about opening. If you're interested in opening a store on Amazon, go with a system so that a proven system, because you've worked with multiple peoples that have 6, 7, 8-figure income and revenue on Amazon, so that's very good.
It's all about having a system and having a plan. If you don't have a plan, you won't be successful on Amazon in 2023. So you need to have a plan and ideally a system to follow too.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So I'm sure I made a lot of mistakes on that on my wine bottle protector. That if I had gone with you, maybe I wouldn't have made the same mistake, and then I'd be retired on the wine tux, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so it was good working with that. So Ashley, so tell us a little bit about kind of like your program, kind of like how that, like you mentioned some tools, you mentioned some courses, you mentioned some, obviously you have your book, but what else do you have, does your program offer, and how do you help people be successful on Amazon?
Sure. Well, Private Label Mastery, we're the industry leader in Amazon coaching and education. We're one of the first private label courses, and we have tens of thousands of products on Amazon. So we have a unique system. We call it Ready Seller. We don't do it for people, but we do it with students, and we essentially take all the hard work away from selling on Amazon. So we help you with the sourcing agents, the product research. We track your product to Amazon. We help make it a lot simpler, and we give you a whole team that coaches you and works with you until like step A to step Z in about 6 months, having your product launched on Amazon. And my book goes into that a lot. Got a free copy for all your listeners. There'll be a link for that as well. And we also love to do store consults. So if any of your listeners want to reach out and have a complimentary session with our team, you can head to that link, or you can email our team, support@plmastery.com. We love to just look at your Amazon store and see where we can help. Get right into your store, look at your products. If you have a product on Amazon, you've already set up a store, we'll take a look at it. But we really are like the invisible hand behind Amazon private labeling today. So there really isn't a product that we haven't touched at this point. So we've been doing it a really long time. We have a really large team of people and experts that help support Amazon sellers. So that's a bit about our program. But like I said, we'd love to look at any of your listener stores and just see where we can help. Selling on Amazon is hard. And sometimes it's one or two things, like I just talked about, conversion rate, or your listing that needs to be fixed. That's a difference between like being stuck on Amazon and making like real money with it.
Yeah. So. Well, yeah, that's great. Well, thank you for doing this.
Sure.
I wish I had known about your service I did that before 2015. So maybe you were not there, or maybe you just get started. But yeah, that would have been very helpful with my wine tux and maybe my sauce company. So but yeah, so if you have an Amazon store out there, or if you're just thinking of opening something on Amazon because you're not seeing the right products for you, or you have an idea for a product that you think a lot of people would like, make sure you contact Ashley. I'll have the link in the description. And Ashley, thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. Hopefully I inspired someone out there. Really appreciate being on the show today.
Great. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you for listening to Break Away from the Rat Race with your host, Eric Martel. If you want to share your story and experience with our listeners, please message us on Facebook at Break Away from the Rat Race. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast on iTunes.